Calculated fields. Sometime we want to create a new column in our data set which is derived from previously existing columns. So how do we do that? We will see in our code also. Here is the basic code and we will try to run this code. First what we will do is we will import the data set auto data and we will try to work on that. Now what we want to do is we want to let's first see how the data looks like. Let's see all the columns. We see that there are quite a few column names and there are 26 columns and there are 205 rows, and these are the name of the column. What we want to do now is we want to create a new column which is volume, and this new column volume should be multiplication of values in column length, column width and column height. So to do so we will just define a new variable auto data and in square bracket volume. What this will do is it will go to the data frame auto data and it will create a new column volume, and now we have assigned a value to auto data length and multiplied by width and multiplied by the height column. So if we run it we will be creating a new column. Now if we again see all the column existing in our auto data, we can see that in the end we have a new column volume. This volume column is the new column created by the multiplication of length, width and height column. And if we want to see how this column look like, we can see that these are the some sample values from this new volume column. Sorting the data. If we want the data frame to be sorted based on any particular column, we can use .sort function. You can see it over here. Okay, so if we want sometime we might need to sort all the data frame, but we want to sort it based on one particular column. So for example, if I want to sort this online retail data set, I will just import it and then I want to I will see all the values, and if you want to see it, we will see all the column existing in this data frame. We see that there are 8 columns: invoice number, stock code, description, quantity, invoice date, units, price, customer ID, country. So if we want to sort this data set, let's open this data set and see how it looks like first. So we see that there are 35,000 values here, and we want to sort the unit price. If we want to sort this whole data frame by unit price, but the column or but the row value we want it to be constant, meaning that if corresponding any row value should be the same. So we can use the .sort function and we will try to sort it by using this function, and if we run it we have created a new column. And if you open this new data frame, we have sorted it on unit price. So if you go to unit price, we can see that from 0 we can see that we have started and sorted this by unit price. By default this sort function work in ascending order, and if you want to do it in descending order, you can just use a parameter ascending is equal to false, and the sort function will sort this value in descending order. And if you want to see that again, if you want to check it, we can go to our data frame and in here we can see that we have sorted this in descending format. This is a lab for you. You can use the auto data set and sort the data set based on length and ascending and descending order. Next we will move to identifying and removing the duplicates. Duplicates are a very big problem when we are going into doing some analytics. So beforehand we want to clean any duplicate column or duplicate row that we have in our data set. How do we do it? So we can use the function pre-built function of pandas dot duplicated. So if you want and we will see how we can do it. We will first import one data set, that is build data. Now that I have imported the data set, and if you want to see the head of that data set, we can see top 10 values, and If I wanted to see the name of the column, I can type bill underscore data dot columns dot values. This will show me the name of all the columns. Now if I want to see the duplicate values, so what I will do is I'm defining a new variable dupes, and I'm using dot duplicated function to find if all the values or if there is any row in this whole build or bill underscore data frame is duplicate or not. So if I do that, we can see that we have created one value dupe, and what it is doing is for every row it's checking, and if the row is duplicate or not, it will just if there is any row which is duplicate, it will just show or flashes the value true. Like here 133 and 134 are true values. So if you want to see the total number of the values, total number of duplicated row, we can use sum function to sum the dupes, and we can see that there are total 10 rows in the build data which are duplicate. So how do we remove the duplicate? Let's first see the shape of our duplicate. We can just use the dot shape function, or we can just go to build data, and we can see that there are 9462 rows, and we can use the sort function also. And now we want to drop all the duplicates value. So what we can do is use the drop underscore duplicate function, and all the duplicate values will be dropped. Now if we see we have created new data frame after dropping the duplicate, which is bill underscore data dot unique over here, and if we see the size of it, it is 9452. Previously bill data was 9462, meaning 10 values which are duplicated has been dropped. We can see it by the save function also. Here we see that 9452 rows are now available after dropping the 10 duplicate values. Sometime what we want to do is we want to see duplicate value in particular column. When we do it, mostly when the column has unique values like roll number or customer ID, these are unique values. If we have merged two data set and we have gotten a new data frame which is giving us few duplicate value in customer ID or roll number or any account number, we can particularly select that column name and use the duplicated function to find if there is any duplicated duplicate value or not. So this function will give us the whole any value true or false on all the rows. We don't necessarily want that though, so what I will do is I will use sum function over here, and in the end I will just see the sum of the customer ID if there is any duplicate customer ID. So here we can see that there are 73 duplicate values or duplicate customer IDs which has been repeated. So based on this customer ID, I will try to remove all the duplicate value by using dot duplicates function like this. And if we see again the customer unique ID shape, we can see that we have dropped 73 values. Now from 73 values after dropping, we see that 9389 values are remaining. Next part is the lab. You can solve this lab by everything that we have learned in this session.